In this video I'm gonna show you how to play the new Spellslinger comp with the TF and the Nico carry. So there's so many times where I thought I was super strong and then I just face this comp and I get completely annihilated. So let's learn how to play it and be on the other end, just wrecking people. Boom, right off the bat we have Annie, so that's one of the more frontline units in the comp. She's a Spellslinger and she's an Oxforce, so that transitions you into having, you know, Alistar, which is also Aegis, so then you play Echo, so you have that kind of a front line right there. You can also go more into the Oxforce line if you have an Oxforce emblem, which is what I'm gonna do today. So we got two okay augments, Sunfire board and Ludens. Nothing spectacular, but both works. I decided to go for the Ludens, and we're just leveling up here, putting in a bit Star Guardian and use the Oxforce Spellslinger, so pretty decent opener. You're just gonna have this locks as an item holder for now, and then we're gonna transition into, you know, the Spellslinger line with TF and Nico in the end. But the 2-star locks will do the job for the early game. You could also play Gadgetin before you hit all the Spellslingers. I think these are the most common openers, but sometimes you just transition into the comp later. But this is an example of what a start looks like for this comp. And now I just hit a Gadgetin, so we're gonna change to that because that's just our strongest board. We're gonna keep the locks though, so she has Spellslinger with Annie, and we get another Gadgetin item, so we can get a Spear of Sojin on her, which is just really busted early game, and that's gonna be really strong. Let's see what we want here. I decided to just go for the Nor because ooh, it got taken. It's fine. We got the same items on another unit, so that's our Ginso right there. It's a pretty decent item for TF. You know, TF shoots more cards based on how many autos he does. So if you can get that into TF later, it's gonna be really good. But for now, we have it on Lux, so it's basically like a pretty mid Spear Sojin because she attacks more, or she attacks more with more attack speed, so she gets more mana. So it's not as good as a Spear Sojin, of course, but it will do the job for the early game. Usually fights are longer in the early game as well, so she will actually stack up the Rage Blade quite a bit. But it feels kind of awkward to have a Rage Blade on her, but the Trust is actually good, so don't be afraid to build some weird items on your early game carries if you know they're gonna be good later. And she's gonna cast like crazy now because she has a Spear Sojin and a Ginsu. So just look at this. Imagine if we had the Lux carrier hero augment, then she literally would just be one-tapping everything. But we're not quite there yet. And since we have so much, you know, AP with Spellslingers, right now we only have 2, but we're gonna go to the bigger Spellslinger numbers later. I really like Axiom Arc because we get more AP and then we cast more, so but it looks like this Lucian with the man saying outcasted us, even though we had Axiom Arc. Feels bad, man. But on to the next fight right here, and we have another guy is playing the comp, or is playing the Infinity team line with a TF, so that's not what we like to see. Now we have lost a TF out of the pool, so we're not contested for a comp, but we're contested for our main carry, so that's not what we like to see. Hopefully it's not too contested though. Right here I'm just looking for any tank item really. I like the Samira because we can build a Sunfire, and there we have our anti-heal secured for the game. We could also go for Guard Breaker and build the Gargoyle. I'd rather just go for the Sunfire though to get the, you know, anti-heal secured. You always want some sort of anti-heal and burning, right? So we could have gone for 2 items that were kind of subpar. I decided to just build 1 item and greed it out, which I think is the correct play right there. And ooh, look at his traits. Holy. And yeah, so I guess this Vi is just a mid variant of our Echo. She will do the job until we get him, so that's fine for now. And we're on to the wolves here. I would really like what's it called, a bow and a here, because we have a Ginso, so we attack a lot, so we would proc static shiv so much, and we would just shred them from the armor pens. So hopefully I get you know, static shiv. It's literally the best item on Twisted Fate, and for a good reason. But we only got 2 gloves right there, so I'm just gonna put a Thieves gloves on Viego, because we would never itemize him if we didn't have a Thieves glove. So now you just get 2 items for free, basically. I mean, it costed 2 gloves, but there's really not that many items you can build with glove on AP champions, except Dual Gauntlet and Guard Breaker. So I'm fine with just going that. And right here, nothing spectacular. We're just gonna re-roll it, and hopefully we get something better. And boom, look at that, Force Crest. So that means we can drop a random shitter in the front line, so we don't have to play this Fiora, for example. And we can put in something better. We don't really have anything yet, but... or I take that back. We actually had a LeBlanc there, and we have Echo. And I don't know why I'm playing Poppy over Nunu, but yeah. Poppy is the real carry, Nunu is just trash or something. I don't know what I'm even doing right here, but all good. Hopefully we still win. See, never punished, guys, never punished. And this Echo is actually so tanky, because he gets all the stats from Oxforce, as well as him having, you know, the War Moist right there from the item in Gadgetin, so he had so much effective HP. Kinda cracked. Finally, we put in the Nunu though. So that's perfect, because we have the Spark as well. I love getting Spark when you play Nunu, because he just runs around and sparks everything. So it's a nice item holder for, you know, aura items like Sunfire or, you know, Spark. So here we actually have a Cloak on Annie. So for the carousel, I'm thinking this Leona would be perfect, so we get that Spark going. Otherwise, just a random tank item will do. So hopefully we get a Spark, otherwise I will just have to slam a Dragon Claw on Annie. So we actually didn't get it, and this guy emote us, I guess. Feels bad, man. Why you gotta do us like that? But we got the Dragon Claw at least, so we had the backup. Finally, I can sell this Lux, because we hit the Twisted Fate. It was kind of awkward having to play Lux before we had or once we had Nico, but I needed the items to be on Twisted Fate. I couldn't put them on Nico. But finally, the mana's arrived. We have Twisted Fate. Now we can play a proper board. And yeah, just look at the power spike right here. Everything's still 1-star though, so we're probably gonna take some more losses until we can 2-star. But yeah, as he wraps up with Ginso, he does so much. So he scales exponentially in the fight. And you know, Spellslingers, they shoot out this AP orb as well. So it's every 5th auto, and with Ginso, he just procs out so many orbs because he uses autos so many times, of course. So that's really broken. But what you really need if we're gonna play, you know, a Ginso is infinite frontline, because we need to stay alive for long for the Ginso to get the value. And that is what we have the Oxforce for. If you didn't know, the Oxforce now give tank stats. So, you know, we have the emblem on Echo. He's just gonna be super tanky, and he's 2-star now as well, so we're bin chilling right here. I'm just gonna slam a UL Gauntlet on Nico. If you're playing Spellslingers, UL Gauntlet is better than, for example, Death Cap, because it's a nice multiplier. Because you already get more AP from Spellslingers, you can now crit off the AP, so it's a better bonus than if you just build flat AP. I don't know if that made sense, hopefully it did. But anyhow, now we're gonna face basically the same comp right here. I think we're stronger though, and he's grouping up a bit, so maybe we get a nice Nico ulti. And look at his Echo, he's having this infinite shield, just sticking onto the backline. Okay, it's actually pretty close here. Ooh, the Dragon Claw though. The Dragon Claw saved us. Come on, LeBlanc, do a cast. Let's go, LeBlanc. Oh, Oh, the cow actually saved it. He was about to he was about to catch his ultimate, and the cow just knocked him up. Alright, that's actually Alistar diff right there. I don't think the cow is gonna do that much up against this Garen though. Never mind, he just tanked the entire ulti, so my backline didn't get hit. Okay, this Alistar is just the real MVP this game. I mean, we're actually gonna lose here though, but it's not too bad of a loss. We're playing as mech, so it's only 3 unit loss. So it's all fine. We're been chilling. Any tank would do. I think I'm down for this Warmog, just so we get, you know, the effective HP on Echo right there. Otherwise, blue is fine. I don't remember what I took right here. Either one is fine. Alright, I went for the alpha play. I took the blue buff. I think it was the wrong play though, but that's what we took. Oh, sorry for the editing int right there. I thought I zoomed down. Apparently I zoomed up. Anyhow, I took the redemption out of the anvil. Yeah, that was a bit of a misplay right there on the editing. I don't know what happened there. Oh, this TF is gonna annihilate everything. Look at that. Boom. Beautiful. So we can either go for 3 stars. So we 3-star like LeBlanc, we maybe 3-star Annie, Alistar, and we go for 2 stars on everything else. Or we can go level 9. I'm thinking let's just 2-star everything, and maybe we get a random 3-star on the lower cost units. I mean, we're never getting a TF or a Nico 3 realistically. I mean, it could happen. Not yet though, because the game is literally gonna end soon. So I'm just trying to 2-star everything, and then we're gonna level up to 9. So that's the plan right here. Alright, let's see what item I take here. I decided to just go for the Thieves Gloves right there. Just nice value. We, you know, we go for a Thieves Gloves. We get 2 items. Now after the 3 round right there, I decided to just level up, because it's the last fight. We just need all the board strength we need. So now we're just really hoping on hitting our units basically. And we actually won there, so that was probably a level up diff, because that fight was really close. Oh, did I speak too soon? Oh, that's actually a level up diff for sure. So we really want this Viego. If we get him 2-star, he will also get different items, because if you level them up, they get another, you know, Thieves Gloves. Because I don't think these Thieves Glove item are it. But I'm gonna go for the Nunu though, because Nunu is just a goated unit, right? And look at his item. Warmog and Spark right there, so it's just gonna annihilate everything. Yeah, this unit is cracked. So that's it. This comp is really simple. You just buy Spellslingers, you find either Aegis frontline with Echo and Alistar, or you play the Oxforce line if you have that going for you. You maybe can play some other frontline, but this is the normal frontline you go for. And then you just play Spellslingers, level up, put in a random Yana, and you're good to go. So I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for more TFT Set 8.5 content. And leave a like, it helps me out on YouTube and I appreciate it. So yeah, peace out everybody.